Good evening, everyone. This is Henry Gambell with simpleroptions.com, and in tonight's free video I have kind of a couple different things I'd like to look into. They're not all directly correlated, but I think it's 3 charts that are worth your time, and let's look at a couple different ways we might be able to trade them. The first of which that I'm going to look at is Tesla, because I covered this, and doing the free videos on Monday and Friday creates what I think is a really nice workflow, because I can cover an idea with you at the beginning of the week, and then we can see how that idea has played out into the end of the week, because inevitably when you publish ideas like this, or you try to give advice in something, it's not always easy to nail the absolute perfect high or the perfect low. And when we covered this at the beginning of the week, Tesla did see a little bit of strength into that area that I had been discussing shorting. Of course, then you see the nice follow through a little bit later in the week, and I think that this is still absolutely in play. Just to cover a couple of the, recap the ideas, the main thing I was looking at is a retracement of this swing high against this swing low, and how you're right there against that 618 retracement. You can see that was a relevant area of resistance, and once you fail from those prices, then you can come down into some smaller time frame charts and start looking at more definitive or more tighter patterns to help define that risk. So this is the move where I had initially been quoting it for failure up in here. Okay, comparing this rally into the rally that we've seen here, you can see that this starts to create an area of resistance around 311 to 312. So in this zone, we've been working to accumulate our short positions, and now what we need to see is that these larger time frame squeezes can follow through to the downside. So as of this second, the resistance decisions in that market are still intact, and I'm looking for the daily squeeze to fire short. I also like how the momentum of the squeeze has shifted today. So far so good in Tesla, and I will continue to update that idea with you on that Monday to Friday basis. One other place that I was looking at, and like I said, it's not really to contrast, petrol refiners against Tesla. It just kind of works out that way. But one other trade that I think is worth your time is MPC. So I was looking at this with the idea that the energy markets are going to be heading higher, and if you're not familiar with how the squeeze works, it's fortunate that we have a very nice example just previously that's happened here. So you have compression of price, you consolidate, kind of digest that price level, the squeeze fires long, and we tack on another $10 to the stock. Now we spend some time digesting that, compressing, and I really like the wick that you had today, which is to say, kind of like a lot of the markets in general, we've seen a good deal of volatility, and in this volatile move, we came down perfectly to the 21. We close back up above the 8, and you have an excellent wick in that area, which just tells me that there were good receptive buyers in that area. So Tesla for a short, MPC for a long, and one last idea that just kind of updates the chart. Now I'm not trading Philip Morris, but at the beginning of the week, I kind of was thinking about potentially coming in and getting short, and I thought this just might be an example to convey the power of symmetry and that 618 retracement, similar to what we looked at in Tesla. Of course, for Tesla, we are looking to it as resistance, but if you hide your studies and you just focus on clean price action, because looking at the daily chart, it looked like that may have wanted to fall apart, but if you come back and compare that, one, with the declines that we have seen previously, that gives you a very good area to focus on for support, and when that is complemented with your swing low, swing high retracement, this creates a decent area of support. So I don't know if I'm quite of the mindset of wanting to come out and buy this one. I feel like I was seeing a lot of negative press on it, which is one thing that you may want to buy, but ultimately it's a setup that's holding support. If you want to get involved with this name, I think it's a low, or you take it long with your risk defined at the current lows. Like I said, not sure if I'm going to play that one. I am involved in the other 2 names I have mentioned, but just food for thought in relationship to symmetry and your retracements, and I hope you find that helpful in relationship to the other comparisons we've made. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll see how these open up on Monday.